You're listening to Biz-Souls, the business podcast with an edge, hosted by me, Rona Lewis and Jeffrey Hansler. Tune in for perspectives and discoveries about the changing world of business. It's time to connect to the heart, soul, and humor of how business gets done.
Take two. Ready? Should we just clap this way? You're going to love that one. Yeah. All right. But I am going to start talking again.
No, start it off.
Okay.
Welcome to Biz-Souls.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Biz-Souls. I'm Rona Lewis.
I'm Jeffrey Hansler, and we get to the heart and soul of business and the people that make it happen.
And once again, we are the people.
Yeah, we are the people.
Wait,
I've been head down on a project, and Rona's been flying all over
everywhere.
the place, traversing the country. So
when my brother Mark was a kid, Mark, if you're looking at this, I'm narking you out. As opposed to like, this is a bird, he used to do this. He's a genius.
Shout out to Mark.
Yeah, good job, Mark.
All right. So what are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about Deming's 14 principles.
And one of the
How do you get to 14? Why couldn't it be 13 or 27?
Well, 13 is probably bad luck, and he probably just put them down. I mean, you know.
And he ran out of ideas. So
Maybe.
Right.
I've got the 14 principles here.
Yeah, we both have them on our phone, so we're going to be rude and look down.
Right, and we're working on our podcast being about 10, 15 minutes max. So we're going to move
Except
pretty quick on this.
interviews will be a little longer. Like
Yeah.
But just
So
for
we're
us,
trying that.
because we don't like to hear each other talk, so we're
Exactly.
making it short.
So one of the reasons for covering this is right now the tariffs have impacted the economy, if not directly impacted the economy. Psychologically, it's impacted. And we've got a client that we both work with, and they're like freaking out and doing all kinds of things.
Can you say that again? What are they doing?
Freaking out.
Oh, that's very good.
Anyway, so well, it is.
It's very attractive. It's a good look on you.
Oh, good. Thank you. It's you got to think longer term, and we're going to talk about that because we're going to cover the Toyota principles as well in another
next podcast. Yeah.
On the next podcast. So anyway, companies, instead of cutting back, instead of looking, they always cut. They should focus on investing and making the most of what they've got, because it's going to be really important for the company. And one of the reasons is, I think Deming, we're going to break it down to 3 different areas instead of covering all of them. So the first one is going to be feeling safe, psychological safety. And the second one will be engagement. And then the third one will be innovation.
Okay.
So if you
Which, by
make
the way,
a safe place, you engage people.
Right.
Is that what you're going to say?
I was going to say, you can't get further than the first one if you don't have it.
Correct.
So that was my point. And I did have another point, except you kept going, and it was like, is he going to take a breath so I could say something? Or he got very excited about this. So I was going to make a point per what you were saying. I'm yes-anding you. Yes, and it's important, and a lot of these points go to the fact that in order to improve your bottom line, especially in a time of insecurity and instability like we're in now, you can't have bottom line thinking. You have to think of,
Or you can.
Well, yes, but it's just not going to work.
Yeah,
so
welcome to bankruptcy. Welcome to taking a nosedive.
It's
off
not.
the cliff.
Yeah, it's not about the money. It's about the people that will improve your bottom line.
So exactly. So number 8.
We're just going to skip down to 8 because the rest aren't important. What?
No. That's
kidding.
Number 8 is drive out fear so everybody can work effectively for the organization.
Yes.
So and what are companies doing right now? They're reactive, being reactive. They're worried about the tariffs. So what are they doing? They're cutting costs. Got to cut that overhead. Got to cut the people. Got to drop people, or ask them to take a pay cut.
Yeah, and change the way they're marketing things and making things and trying to find other ways of, working with materials that may be a little bit more shoddy.
And from the sales standpoint, number 11 for him is eliminate numerical quotas and arbitrary management by objective, substitute leadership instead. And again, that's to the fear thing. And right now, I know in the sales teams from my own past experience, they're, cramping, you got to hit your quota. And if you're not going to hit it, then it's under threat of fire. And you were in sales too, so you know.
Yes,
that.
and you know what? You read that really fast, so I think let's go over it for our listeners and watchers again, so that they really understand what you're saying. Because eliminate numerical quotas. Don't give them. You have to make these numbers, and arbitrary management by objective, which means I'm not sure what it means. I'm actually asking you.
What you do is you pick a target and then you manage people to that target. That's management. Okay. It was really became enormously popular in the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
And it's still used today under all kinds of conditions. It became the
go-to.
The go-to. It was everybody was doing it. It was the popular. It was the chic, the trend.
So as opposed to being outwardly numbers facing, because objectives can be numerical also, you should be inwardly facing. Leadership should look at their people.
Correct. And what happened is the objective, it got too focused on measurement. In any time, just like with accounting and finance, anytime you focus, it's like General Motors putting in the same brake pad in the Ford, in their heavy cars as they do in their lighter cars. So the same one that goes in the Escalade, which is a much heavier car, goes into the trucks. And it just doesn't have the same stopping power, and they wear out faster.
Okay.
Anyway, so we got to make a safe place. All right.
Well, and that's there's even more of those. I think what we're going to do too, because we're not going in order. Maybe what we'll do is put these into the comments so people who watch it can read all 14 of them.
Yeah, Rona has no concept of time. We've already burned a third of our time, and so.
So you want to...
so now we're going to jump over to engagement. So which of these do you pick out for engagement? When I'm talking, you could look them up. See, we're doing this live. We're, instead of figuring this out beforehand.
Isn't this fun?
Yeah, it is fun.
Okay.
Why do a rehearsal when you can do it with the audience?
Yeah. So it's even cease dependence on inspection, build quality into the process. If people are afraid of getting inspected, they're going to make more mistakes because they'll be more stressed.
Absolutely. And
does that
again, you're still with this. Yeah, but we're going on to engagement.
Oh, sorry. Right. Sorry. Engagement.
Rona has to be right.
I don't know which one
as well. We're on engagement right now.
Yes, I know, and I'm looking to see which one.
Number 14. Put everybody to work to accomplish the transformation. Quality is everybody's job.
Okay.
So what happens is, because the organization is afraid, they start stopping communication. This is a time to increase communication. We don't know what the impact is. We don't know why, so they're making decisions, when this one group is making decisions, cancel classes. Why are they canceling the classes? Is it because nobody's interested in it? Is it because they've fired all the people? Right. And so if you don't have information, the brain fills that information in. Well, then, do you see one?
Yes. 13, institute a vigorous program of education and self-improvement for all. That's going to get them engaged because they know that they're going to be able to move up in the company or expand their responsibilities, that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. And, in terms of that, in terms of education, obviously, because we do training, people can send them to an external.
So you need to hire us so that we can do it. Right?
Well, and again, because people are worried about the money coming in, the cash flow, they may not send them to training. That doesn't mean you can't do training. Do on-the-job training.
Yeah.
Start pairing them up. Say, hey, you work with you.
Or let them trail other people, so they can see really what other departments do too.
Right. And what I said about that was the wind blowing.
Oh, okay.
And.
What the heck?
Either that or it was a jet flying really low. We may not be here long. That could have been a Tomahawk missile. In terms of people sharing their knowledge on the job, that again won't happen if there's no psychological safety. So to your point, without a foundation of psychological safety, we can't move to the, to an engagement level. Did you find another one?
I'm right. Not for, I don't think for that one. Oh, well, improve constantly and forever. Improve constantly and forever every process of planning, production, and service. Is that go in there? Okay.
Yeah, I would put that in there.
Okay, let's do that.
Well, because, and right now, the people that are there, if they don't have anything to do or they're doing the same job, they don't have to mentally engage with it. It's on rote, it's on habit. Mm-hmm. And if you get them to start thinking, okay, how do we redesign this process? Mm-hmm. How do we do this differently? What can we do to make this better and smoother? And that ties directly in
to the next one,
to 3, which is cease dependence on inspection, build quality into the process. Well, if right now you have a quality control process that somebody is doing inspection, see if you can get rid of that process entirely. Mm-hmm. Then, move those people over into just doing it better, and you can make better use of the workforce.
Well, and that's a silky segue to number 6 and 7. Institute training on the job, which you said. Institute leadership. Help people and systems do better, not just hit numbers. That goes to the other outward and inward facing stuff that we just talked about.
Absolutely. And our third point our third category is going to be innovation. So, if you've got psychological safety, people can take an experiment. They can fail with an idea. They can share their ideas. If you've got engagement, now you've got people working on things and looking at them different. Mm-hmm. And so then this leads to innovation. Leads to an innovative mind frame. So, and innovation doesn't pop out of thin air. It's by looking at things, and it's looking for little things you can do and do differently. Did you find a specific one that might be?
Well, I was looking for number 2. Adopt the new philosophy. Commit to quality and long-term thinking. In order to stay relevant, you have to think long-term, and in order to stay in there, you have to come up with creative ways of improving your business and innovating your process, your product, your service.
Absolutely. And since we are still talking, we have moved on to innovation. It says number 9, break down barriers between departments and work as one team. Mm-hmm. And again, what you're doing when you take people from one department and have them talking to somebody in another department, the people, they haven't been stuck there. They're not into that subculture of that department. Mm-hmm. And so a lot of times that's where you get your best ideas. It's like when somebody new starts with a company. They're full of different ways. Hey, why don't we do this different? Why don't we do this different?
So, okay. So I'm looking at number 10. Where would you say that fits in? Eliminate slogans, exhortations, and targets for the workforce that ask for 0 defects / new levels without fixing systems. Where would you say that fits in?
Well, the reason is people got into slogans like,
better you than me.
Right, exactly. And this is back in the 80s and 90s. You had a slogan for doing this or a slogan for doing that. And also, remember. Deming went to Japan. And Japan, their culture does lend to sometimes having a slogan that describes everything. A slogan for the company, a slogan.
I did not know that. Because I'm so much younger than you that I was not a lot. I'm kidding.
And our culture, too, in the United States, we have a tendency, no jobs, no accents on the fall. And again, a slogan, the more you repeat it, the more it becomes...
It's like a rule.
And, well, not only that, you just don't hear it anymore. You hear it so much, you stop hearing it. And so what Deming is asking overall underlying this is let's come to work active and alive. Mm-hmm. And let's bring our best self in. And... leadership's got to create a safe environment.
Yeah.
They've got to support engagement. And if they do those things during this time, they can increase innovation. And remember about innovation. Innovation is born out of limitations. You have to be innovative. You don't have, all the
Apollo
resources.
13. Go see the movie.
Well, it's like if you want to thicken a soup
sauce.
or a sauce, and you don't have any you don't have any baking powder or baking soda, then you'd put in flour. Or if you don't have flour, you can put in,
You take a potato and then you cook
potato
that.
starch. You can put in potato starch. That's it.
Or just literally
wasn't
a
baking soda.
Potato, yeah.
To all those that cook, it was potato starch.
I don't use any of those. I use a real potato. But that's beside the point. We digress.
Okay.
All right.
Very, very good.
All right. Anything else on that?
No. I just I'm just dying to throw in something political about slogans, and I'll control myself this time.
Because I'll be up and walking out. Yeah, anyway, okay. All right. So there you go. You can always Google Deming's 14 principles, and it is based on management. And they're actually, pretty good to look through to make sure that your company is working at its best.
Yeah, and Johnny Thompson, you were just listening to him, and he was saying we are in one of the most innovative times, the greatest change any of us have ever faced. And it is because AI is
so scary.
Moving so fast, and people are terrified.
All right. There you go. All right. I'm going to go bite my nails somewhere and huddle in the corner. All right. We'll see you guys later. I'm Rona Lewis.
I'm Jeffrey Hansler.
And this has been Biz-Souls. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
You've been listening to the Biz-Souls podcast with your hosts, Rona Lewis and Jeffrey Hansler. Did you have fun? Subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It's very much appreciated. Talk to you next week.